Hello everybody, Salty Sweet Ren here, and welcome back to more of our Sims 4 Werewolves Let's Play. And I'm sorry if I still sound a little off, I'm still a tiny bit sick. I'm mostly recovered though, so I should be fine, I think. But last time, in case you missed it, we got caught up in some drama. Cause before last episode, Kathy was already so caught up in the excitement of finding out, like the whole town already knew about werewolves. Like she thought she'd been making some huge discovery, but no, it turns out the entire town knows about werewolves. She got so excited about it. Her new crush, Grace over here, happens to be a werewolf. And she's so caught up in that the reality of the situation didn't kick in. And with the full moon overhead, Grace kind of went berserk inside of the house. As a wolf, she was like still feeling pretty territorial and actually started just peeing everywhere. Oh, Kathy's awake. Good. Help, my inner wolf is dormant. Hey, let's face it, werewolves who can discover their inner wolf is dormant can feel left out. They aren't fully like non-were sims, nor do they quite fit in with the pack. But being in between doesn't have to be a bad thing. In fact, many dormant wolves learn to enjoy their unique vantage in society. For those with lichen blood who want to feel more wolf and less sim, though, legend has it that there is a way. Visit scenic Moonwood Mills, the place where it all began. Lake Lundvik is rich with magical lunar energy, and a dip during the full moon will have you howling with joy. Huh. So I'm kind of wondering if like this means like you could have like a toddler sim who doesn't have any werewolf blood, who like cannot turn into a werewolf despite like having werewolf parents, and if they swim in the lake, do they turn into a werewolf? Is that what happens? I don't know. But anyway, on to what I was saying before as I go ahead and put that steak away. Basically, Grace kind of went like completely berserk in the house, started peeing everywhere, got kind of annoying. You're feeling better now that you're outside. You've still got the whole like werebees thing going on. Oh, Grace. Oh, you're here to just like start flirting with her. But yeah, during the full moon, because Grace was like rampaging inside the house, Kathy left the house to avoid the rampaging werewolf that was going on. I'm kind of like making this up after the fact. Like there were like specific story beats I wanted to meet. Some of them didn't turn out the way I wanted them to, and technically Grace just like ran out of the house on her own before Kathy ran out. But like Kathy was like, she wasn't sure if the problem was just Grace, and decided to go and check up on her other werewolf friend, Greg, who lives all the way out here. For some reason, the fact that maybe it was the effect of the full moon didn't really occur to her. And she tried talking to Greg a few times. She tried to get through to him, but ultimately none of her attempts to communicate worked, and Greg wound up attacking her, and she got bit. She got beat up pretty badly, and she got bit. She's got some scars to like show like how badly it went. But yeah, like it's not just physical scars that she was left with. She's also been left with some mental scars. Like she's kind of realized the werewolf thing isn't just all fun and games. This isn't just like, hey, you're exploring the town and now suddenly like there's werewolves and magic and mystery and it's gonna be like your favorite book. No, it's actually pretty dangerous. This isn't just a fun fantasy story. This is real life for her. And Grace was feeling pretty awful about the whole thing. Like you can actually still see like she's still feeling a big sad wolf from feeling guilty around someone nearby. Grace feels horribly guilty about scaring loved ones. It's not easy being a beast at times. She's feeling guilty about scaring Kathy, and like Kathy has like told her like, yeah, it wasn't like, oh no, it wasn't you. It was like some other werewolf. She hasn't explained that was Greg. She hasn't said that she's met Greg, because everybody like is terrified of Greg. Everybody hates Greg, and she doesn't quite understand why. And Kathy did kind of like chew her out for not telling her. Like Kathy's like kind of oscillating between feeling pretty like being glad to like be around her crush, but also like just like feeling very tense about everything. And now it's raining, of course it is. Grace is probably gonna go talk to her friends, the Wild Things, about like what happened. And like while rampaging, she and Lou did get into a fight. I think I'm gonna actually send her to go and meet up with Wild Things about now. Looks like they are meeting up here. Well, why don't you come on out here with the other wild things? Come hang out with your buddies. Meantime, why don't you go ahead and weed these plants? So I think that Grace is going to try and like chat with the wild things. If Lou shows back up, we'll chat with Lou, see if we can repair our relationship with Lou. But we also want to just kind of like chat with Rory. Let's enthuse about fitness, because Rory seems to enjoy fitness. Let's ask about Rory's full moon, I suppose we could do. And actually, speaking of talking about the full moon, I think that that's something I can do under Werewolf Pack. Join Pack. We can do a werewolf spar. We can actually do some of the things to try and join the pack now. Werewolf, we can share werewolf experiences, like we're talking about the full moon that happened last night. But meanwhile, I think that Kathy is gonna be going in the opposite direction. Like, she's feeling pretty horrible about everything, and I think that she's going to kind of like wander off in the opposite direction of where she usually goes. She usually goes and hangs out over by where Greg is, but I think like this time she's gonna like sort of go for a run over in this direction. She usually goes for a jog to clear her head, but right now she is just feeling like she needs to do something. She's starting to take her usual path, but I think like she's gonna come up here and be like, I'm not going to Greg this time. I just need to clear my head. And as she's running, she can kind of like see there's like this little clearing over here. There's like a wolf face over there. She's still shouting some forbidden words. I think she's gonna come over here. We have this Jacob Volkov guy over here. We might chat with Jacob a little bit. It's a respectful introduction, I think. And looks like this has gone bad. Don't know why it's just out here. Wait, it's showing that he's short. Is he being affected by the preteen mod? Is he a preteen? Is that what's going on? But yeah, let's go ahead and like ask for some tips. Like, I think that she's gonna be like asking about the town. Like, so did you already know about all the werewolves and stuff? Is this just a thing that I'm gonna have to deal with? Technically speaking, I don't know if we should be telling a preteen this, but we're asking about his day. If anyone else from the Moonwood Collective shows up, we'll chat with them. Right now, we're just leaning up against here. Okay, we need to mend our relationship with Lou. That's one of the things we need to do. Let's brighten Lou's day. Try to chat. Okay, we're gonna slowly repair how things are going. Oh! What people think about you matters, and I heard that somebody absolutely despises you now. It's making me question my own opinion of you. That's actually Greg, and you don't like Greg, so I don't think it matters if it's Greg. Okay, it looks like Jacob's gone, so I think we're just gonna hang out over here on their own. Kathy's just gonna try and clear her head by hanging out in this really nice, pretty looking area, actually. She does love being outdoors, and there is quite a bit to do in this area. Ooh, there's like some stuff we can garden. And there's a werewolf coming to say hi. Let's do a respectful introduction. He doesn't seem like he's going berserk. We're gonna be. I'm sure such a thing as a cautious introduction. Oh no, is he leaving? Yep, he's gone. Okay, never mind. Oh, nope, he's right here. We're gonna say this is, we're like kind of cautiously introducing ourselves. We're gonna have a conversation about Moonwood Mill. Like, for us, this is a conversation about figuring out, like, we're gonna be having discussion about the town. This isn't just us asking, we're having like just a discussion about the town. Like, so is the whole like werewolves thing, like going berserk during the full moon, a common thing, or stuff like that? And he's saying is, Rory had a tough time of it before I adopted her. Even if we don't always get along these days, I'm lucky to have had the opportunity to be her father. Oh, that is actually sweet. That is something I remember hearing about the lore more recently, is that Rory is actually Christopher's adopted daughter. Like, she might be the alpha of her own pack now, which is a lot more like, stop hiding who you are, embrace your identity as a werewolf, and don't like be ashamed of it, while he's a lot more like, we need to be more diplomatic, we need to learn to control ourselves so we don't scare other people and make sure like we can form like more friendly, healthy relationships. We're also asking about werewolf packs now. So hopefully your experiences with werewolves have been positive overall, Kathy, especially the members of my pack. I'd hate to hear that somebody in the collective was being a nuisance. It goes against our pack beliefs. Like, she's asking, like, about, like, is it common for werewolves to, like, go berserk during the full moon? He's like, well, I really hope that's, like, while sometimes werewolves can lose control of themselves, I really hope it wasn't one of us who was the one who bit you. It's quite clear that you were very recently attacked, so I think we should get to know Christopher. I think, like, we've gotten to know a bit about the Wild Fangs. Let's get to know more about the Moonwood Collective now. From the mouth of the Alpha. You might not know this, but it takes a whole heck of a lot of self-control for a werewolf to make sure they're respecting the space and comfort of others, especially on certain nights when the moon's allure is just too strong. Admittedly, there are those among us that are not quite as diligent when it comes to exercising restraint. And yes, I'm talking about the Wild Fangs, obviously. So he's under the suspicion that might have been a Wild Fang who attacked her. That's what I'm guessing, is like he's thinking that it was a Wild Fang who is the one that caused this. And she doesn't know much about the Wild Fangs, and she probably doesn't even know that Grace is actually like friends with the Wild Fangs. In fact, like I remember the bartender even said like, yeah, you should probably stay away from the Wild Fangs. They just care about themselves. She'll probably go along with it, not knowing anything about them. And meanwhile, I think that Grace is going to have a more friendly spar with Lou this time, as opposed to just a violent rampage. We're going to go have like an actual spar on the sparring grounds. I want to see how that goes. Meanwhile, back with Christopher, I want to live a lifestyle that's symbiotic with nature, a self-sustainable sort of livelihood. The plants we nourish in turn provide us nourishment, and the moon ties our world to others through its energy. Some call it magic. All Sims feel it, though some may not understand it. In Moonwood Mill, we connect with the night sky. On the Isle of Volpe and Bramblewood, they connect with the animals. At least they did centuries ago. These natural wells of power are easy to find if you know where to look. I wondered if there was something to the Isle of Volpe, because it was like so like, there was ruins and like there was that weird like kind of fairy circle snail looking thing. Meanwhile, I don't think like she's going to be able to ask about Werewolves specifically. But we could probably ask to be a friend of the... Let's ask to be a friend of the Moonwood Collective. Like, he'll be offering, like, to allow her to, like... He'll be offering her some help. Allow me to extend a hearty welcome to you, our new friend of the Moonwood Collective. We're so happy to have you. Don't hesitate to stop by our tree and spend some time with us, or use the facilities. Though not required, we gladly welcome any future contributions to better the pack. Your generosity will be greatly appreciated. So that's one of the major things I want to like actually do with this series overall, is actually have Kathy like get in with the Moonwood Collective, while Grace is more in with the Wild Fangs, and she's actually off to go and spar on the sparring grounds over here. See how this goes. We're feeling angry after an aggravating conversation. Alright, let's spar here. Let's see how this goes. And it looks like it went well enough. We're gonna slowly repair our relationship with him. Meanwhile, we should probably go meet with Rory again. Rory's out here. Ooh, you know what? We should go ahead and fire dance, actually, I think. We're in the mood to, like, do more of our usual werewolf stuff. And meanwhile, it looks like Kathy's actually asleep in the tree. Why don't you come on out? And you've still got an invisible book in your hand. Yeah, let's go put that invisible book somewhere, I guess. Alright, I've got her a little bit more fixed up. I think, like, she's gonna head back to the house. Like, I think she's gonna kind of... Can I give him, like, a quick goodbye and, like, say, like, I'll think on what you said. But we'll brighten his day, and then we're gonna head home. Meanwhile, you very much enjoy hanging out outside. I'm gonna have you go and do a fire dance in the rain. Might be pretty interesting. I think it's safer to do it in the rain anyway. Rory seems impressed by it. Hey, we're doing it together. Are we in sync? Almost in sync. And we're cheering on Rory as well. Oh, we can do a trial by Werewolf Spar with Rory. Let's try and join the pack, I think, is what she's gonna do. The second the fire goes out, she immediately sets it back. Let's try and do a Werewolf Spar with Rory. I do want Grace to try and join the Wild Things. Alright, we're gonna do it here. Not on the actual sparring grounds. Are we gonna do it? No, apparently we aren't. Let's try again. Let's try again. Come on, let's do it. Can we not do it? Is it because Rory has an umbrella? Well, let's go ahead and hunt for some food. Let's do that. Meanwhile, Kathy's just gone to bed. Alright. You got yourself some fresh meat, and it looks like Rory is left, so that's fine. And you're just gonna curl up and sleep out here. Oh, and your fury is going up. Great. I think it's going up because you're sleeping at night, which you're not supposed to enjoy doing anyway. Meanwhile, you're eating raw meat. Insatiable hunger from a werewolf bite. Kathy seems to be getting hungry much faster than usual. She's absolutely famished. And you're eating raw meat. You can actually see, like, that bite on her shoulder is not looking good. Or I'm not the one who put the bite there. I put the bites on her arm. Huh.
It's raw! You donut! Did you even taste this? Get out of my kitchen!
I love that. You know, I have been watching a lot more Hell's Kitchen and Kitchen Nightmares as of late, so... Oh, the hunger barely went up at all. You know what? Let's go ahead and cook something, like, big and meaty, I think. Would a hamburger cake work? Let's make a hamburger cake. Let's see if that can help with our hunger. If she needs to eat every single slice of it, so be it. Let's see how long it takes for the bites to go into effect. It's too late for us to undo the werebees thing now. But to be fair, that was probably the last thing that was on her mind. She's not really much of a cook. Back when she lived in the city, she was used to doing, like, microwave dinners and, like, instant stuff. Or, like, just, like, buying, like, from, like, some, like, the local stands. Like, she didn't really do a lot of the cooking herself. She's completely unused to doing any cooking. Look, her hunger's already in the red. We've got to get her, like, fed up as quickly as possible. Hey, we're cooking level 2. Awesome. Now this trash cake... let's go ahead and take a piece immediately because we are hungry. It's a hamburger cake. It might not be real cake. Okay, you know what? We need to make something that's actually meaty. Fish tacos, beef Wellington. Sure, we'll make a party size. Ravenous hunger from a werewolf bite. Kathy is ravenous. Something is definitely happening. Could she be turning into a werewolf? Yeah, now she's it's finally starting to kick in to her. Meanwhile, Grace is rampaging. Oh my gosh, she's just immediately in a rampage out here. It was just a full moon yesterday. Was it? Sort of. Tonight's the 3rd quarter moon, I guess. And you're off to go and mark your territory, doing your own stuff. Sure, yeah, fine. Her hunger is going down super fast. Probably because of the whole, like, werewolf thing. Oh, and... Oh, did you interrupt us making a beef Wellington? We are resuming the beef Wellington. Do not interrupt us when we're making a beef Wellington. And you're destroying the couch. Great. Thank you for that. That is wonderful. Why don't you try and regain control? I gave you this ability for a reason. And the walls are closing in. Yeah, you didn't transform back, but... Well, that was weird from recovering after werewolf rampage. Rampaging doesn't just have the same zing as it used to now that Grace can just hang out in beast form. And you're feeling guilty again. But yeah, why don't you go ahead and start hunting for some more meat? Or actually, go ahead and take a wild shower. Why not? Oh, you're ignoring the beef Wellington in favor of... Okay. Okay. It says it's poor quality, but honestly, I would I have no idea what the sides are. The sides look terrible. The beef Wellington itself looks pretty good. I would eat that. Very uncomfortable. She'll be turning into a werewolf in about 10 minutes. Let's see. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Grace is like repairing the thing in werewolf form. That is actually kind of fun. Oh! Watch out! Kathy is transforming! Her first transformation! And there she is! Look at her! I might edit her a tiny bit in Create-A-Sim. But look at her! And look, Grace is just howling back whenever she howls. Okay, what is her temperament? Prideful. This sim feels a special pride about being a werewolf and doesn't appreciate being made to feel otherwise. Aside from gaining fury while embarrassed or uncomfortable, they might also take things a little too personally. Interesting. Oh my gosh, you're feeling protective over somebody adoring someone nearby? Are you feeling protective of Grace in the werewolf form? Is that what's going on? Oh my gosh. Meanwhile, what do you think of her being in the wolf form? You kind of want to run away. Huh? Why don't you get out of the house for a little bit? Go here savagely. And we also already have 2 ability points. Let's see, what do we want to do for you? You can have ferocity, wolf nap, territory marking, scavenging. I think I'm gonna do that one again. And personal grooming. Is Kathy feeling dirty? Just have her look herself clean. I feel like that's actually something that she would probably choose to do for, like, instead of stuff. Especially considering, like, our stuff just, like, recently got smashed to pieces. Thank you, Grace. Oh, look, there's a random sim walking by. Are we gonna terrify him? Wait, why are you walking up to our house? Sir, we do not know you. Oh my gosh, did you just break stuff? Are you breaking stuff? Yes, you're too strong, so you just keep accidentally breaking stuff. That's what's going on. Oh my gosh, I love that. But anyways, I'm probably gonna wrap this episode up around here. I know, like, we've just barely had her enter her werewolf form for the first time. But I am actually not feeling 100% right now and kind of feel like I need to go. So I'm going to wrap this up around now, and I will hopefully see you guys in the future. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed, please be sure to hit the like button and leave a comment down below letting me know what you think. And if you're not already, consider subscribing. Subscribing is completely free, and you can always unsubscribe at any time. But again, thank you so much, and I will see you in the future. Stay safe out there, everybody.